This is the most dangerous and biggest news in the world right now. U.S. President Donald Trump has warned that the ceasefire in the Middle East might end by Saturday, putting innocent Palestinians in Gaza at risk once again. However, it's important to note that the ceasefire terms had already been violated by Israel, so the situation has been unstable. Now it has been announced by Donald Trump that if Hamas does not release all hostages by 12 p.m. on Saturday, the war will resume. It is important to note that Hamas had initially stopped the release of hostages due to claims of continuous violations of the ceasefire by Israel. Reports have shown that Israeli settlers, with the backing of the IDF, have been attacking returning Palestinians in the West Bank. Furthermore, there have been reports of ceasefire violations in various regions of Gaza. In response to these violations, Hamas has declared that they will not release any more hostages. The situation remains tense as the deadline approaches. Following Trump's threat, the situation in Tel Aviv has escalated. Thousands of protesters are accusing Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of violating ceasefire agreements to save himself, obstructing the hostage release process. Drone footage shows massive crowds chanting, against Netanyahu, as opposition lawmakers are forcibly removed from the Israeli parliament. Meanwhile, Trump is intensifying tensions, with a Saturday deadline for Hamas to comply, a warning of dire consequences if they do not. He also threatened sanctions on the ICC for any actions against Israel. Hamas, in response, has suspended the release of Israeli captives due to alleged ceasefire violations in Gaza. The public sentiment in Tel Aviv and Hamas's stance are not far off, with Netanyahu's actions endangering hostages and Trump's aggressive rhetoric. Questions of justice arise as the situation unfolds. The need for accountability and peace becomes increasingly urgent on all fronts. In a volatile region where tensions are on the rise, the situation in Gaza has reached a critical point, with Hamas standing firm on the release of hostages until Israel fulfills its commitments. The delicate balance of peace hangs in the balance. Prime Minister Netanyahu faces internal scrutiny, with allegations of using the conflict to divert attention from legal challenges. The recent intervention of Donald Trump, advocating for the removal of Palestinians and backing Israeli actions, has only added fuel to the fire. Threats of cutting aid to key U.S. allies, Jordan and Egypt, are creating further rifts in an already fragile situation. As the deadline approaches, Hamas refuses to back down, citing ongoing Israeli military actions as a stumbling block. The lack of trust and enforceable guarantees only perpetuate a vicious cycle of violence, are putting civilian lives at risk and destabilizing the region further. Amidst international backlash and condemnation, the need for accountability and intervention is crucial. The world watches on, realizing that political power plays are steering the course of events rather than genuine humanitarian concerns. To stay informed on these critical developments, support independent journalism and stand for the truth. Subscribe today. Let's work together towards a future of peace and stability.